almost no one talked about this one. I swear, I never hear anything about this movie from Batman fans, like, ever. Maybe a small mention here or there when they're talking about the production stuff behind the new Batman adventures, but outside of that, I haven't heard a single person talk about this movie. How? That is a cardinal freaking sin, because this is one of the most criminally underrated, excellent Batman films I think I've seen in this entire marathon. Is it better than Phantasm? No, but it is way better than Sub-Zero. So, I have a lot of positive things to say about this movie, and yes, we are going to have to go into actual spoilers of the mystery itself to really articulate how clever and well done it is. So, this is your spoiler warning. If you don't want to be spoiled, there's the door. Skedaddle. What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Anime Station. You know what's such a Japan, the Anything Animation. Welcome back to DC Live. Welcome to Batman Mystery of the Batwoman, the final movie in the Batman animated series / New Batman Adventures trilogy. Because it started with Mask of the Phantasm, it continued into Sub-Zero, and now Mystery of the Batwoman is the final installment in the trilogy. They're not actually connected or anything like that. I'm just calling it a trilogy because they're the only 3 films that take place in that universe specifically. So, I went into this movie with expectations of it being another decent one-and-done adventure, since no one talked about it, and Sub-Zero was so disappointing. But I came out of this movie unexpectedly, absolutely loving it. Today's been a great day. We reviewed The Great Dark Knight, we reviewed the excellent Year One, and now we're reviewing the excellent Mystery of the Batwoman. What a triple feature. I don't even know where to start. Okay, I guess I'll start with my gripes, because my gripes are very minor and very minimal. First one is the shoddy animation. This animation is not very good. The character designs are fine. They're from the new Batman Adventures series, so I don't mind it. But no, when I mean shoddy animation, I mean sometimes they reuse frames, sometimes it feels like frames got cut out and things move too quick, things aren't very fluid, or, in the case of one particular scene, a abysmally awfully animated walk cycle that's obviously recycled and even then looks so fake it's not even funny. I know I made a lot of jokes about the T-posing Superman in my review of Battle of the Super Sons way back when, but this one, I still think it has some of the weirdest and laziest animation. The animation's not bad in this movie, it's still mostly pretty good, but every now and then there's a shoddy moment, and this one scene in particular, towards the end, when it's Penguin and one of his henchmen, the camera's down like this, and they're walking from their boat to this ship to meet with Bane, who has captured the Batwoman. Or, actually, no, I'm not going to get into that yet. Who's captured the Batwoman. And it shows them walking from the entrance all the way to where they meet Bane. And for a good 4 or 5 seconds, you see this laughably bad walking animation. It is laughably bad. It is extremely just off-putting and looks so beyond wrong. Oh, it looks so bad. So, yeah. Every now and then you get a really bad animated moment, but outside of that, the animation's overall pretty good. And while the new Batman Adventure designs was definitely hit or miss, I think for the most part of this movie it works pretty well. Just every now and then you get one very shoddy looking, cheap animated moment. And that freaking walk cycle just... I could go with the rest of my life without ever seeing that walk cycle again. It is bad. You'll know what I mean when you actually watch the movie. It is bad. And, Cripes, what was my other gripe with this movie? I just put up my written review. I need to look it back up again. I'm sorry. Give me just a minute. The pop song inclusion. Yes, there is a dated 90s pop song in this movie. Well, it's either 90s or very early 2000s. This movie came out in 2003. Um, of an inclusion of a pop song in a Batman movie. And it doesn't fit at all. Like, the song itself is fine. I don't mind the song. The song's okay. But what's it doing in a Batman movie? Even in the scene it's in, it still doesn't feel like it fits. So, yeah, that part was very weird. But that's really my only two gripes with the movie. Shoddy animation every now and then, and a weird inclusion of a pop song that doesn't at all fit in a Batman movie. That's literally my only two gripes. Now it's time to overly praise this movie to make sure that all of you see it as soon as possible. Let's start with the voice cast, like we always do. And this one is great, once again. So, we'll go over the mainstays first, the ones that carry over from the series. First up, we have Kevin Conroy as Batman. Nothing more needs to be said. It's Kevin Conroy as Batman. There's nothing more needs to be said. David Ogden Stiers as Penguin's pretty good. Again, a carryover. I'm going over the carryovers from the series first, then talk about the new ones. John Vernon's Rupert Thorne's pretty good. Hector Elizondo's Bane's pretty good. Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. as Alfred's pretty good. Eli Marienthal, I'm not sure if this guy was in the actual series or not, but he did a pretty decent Robin, even though Robin barely does anything in this movie. Tara Strong is Barbara Gordon. She's really good. I mean, Tara Strong, nothing needs to be said. Bob Hastings is Commissioner Gordon again. Robert Costanzo is Detective Bullock. Yeah. This has all the mainstays from the actual New Batman Adventures / Batman Animated Series, and they all do a great job. And I mean, Kevin Conroy is still Kevin Conroy. He will always be the best small screen Batman. Now let's get to the new additions. First up, we have the three female protagonists of the movie. We have Kathy, Rocky, and Sonia. I'll articulate how they tie into the plot later, but I'll go over the voice cast first. Kathy's voiced by Kimberly Brooks. She does a really good job. Rocky is voiced by Kelly Ripa. Yes, that's Kelly Ripa, and she does a really good job. And then Elisa Gabriele is Sonia, and she does a great job. Like, all three of them do a great job. But what's also really interesting here, especially what plays into the twist that I'm going to spoil later, is that they actually have a different voice for Batwoman. Like, the Batwoman herself is voiced by Kyra Sedgwick, and she does an amazing job. And the way it ties into the twist later is clever. Like, you know how much I praised the one guy that voiced both the father of Andrea as well as the Phantasm, Stacy Keach? Like, you guys remember how much I praised that? This is pretty much that to an even more clever extent. I'm gonna go into full spoilers about that later. Then we have Carlton Duquesne, which is the father of Kathy Duquesne, who is voiced by the always spectacular Kevin Michael Richardson. Like, dude's a legend. I don't need to say more. And aside from that, it's the series mainstays and a bunch of additional voices. So, yeah. The cast is stacked here. It's great people returning from the actual animated series, and some cool special guests for some one-off characters exclusive to the movie. It's really good. Alright, next thing I'm going to praise, let's talk about the animation. The animation, like I said, has its shoddy moments, but most of the time it's consistent, and it is pretty good. Now, granted, you have to remember this is 2D direct-to-DVD animation. They're limited in what they can do. And there are some really cool scenes in this movie. I especially love the whole animated sequence at the end on the cruise ship as it's literally burning to the ground. Like, that scene and all the explosions in the movie in particular look great. Now it's time to praise the Batwoman suit because, wow, this might be one of my new favorite bat suits of all time. Like, I love the way this suit's designed. Like, on the surface, it looks so simple. Yellow belt, red gloves, red emblem, platinum silver all throughout, with white eyes. Like, it's very simple. But, I don't know, something about it just really works. Not only that, it adds to the anonymity of who the actual Batwoman is. Like, it is really, really clever and very well done. Like, I love this Batsuit. This Batsuit is so cool, and I really wish that they used it more often. It is so freaking cool. Love the Batwoman suit. Love it, love it, love it. Now let's go to the writing from Michael Reeves, and it is also great. Like, this is still Batman the Animated Series / New Batman Adventures. This is still that consistent quality. It's still that consistent adult, but still kid-friendly writing. That's complex, well done, and very well constructed. The character dialogue, to the way the story actually plays out, like, the writing here is great. The writing here is fantastic. Great job, Michael Reeves. Just great freaking job. And as for the story itself, okay, let's go into spoilers. This is your spoiler warning. Skip to the certain time code you see on your screen right now if you don't want to get spoiled on who the actual Batwoman is. So, in this movie, we have this Batwoman who is trying to take out Penguin's whole, like, black market weapons gig thing he has going on. And throughout the movie, we're led to believe that it is one specific character, Kathy. It, like, from the lips to the way she walks to her personality, like, it really makes you think that this is the Batwoman. It makes you think Kathy is the Batwoman. And then we also meet these other characters. We have Rocky, who works at Wayne Industries and has a pretty interesting friendship with Bruce Wayne that doesn't really develop much in the movie, but it works for the scenes that's in. And then we have the other character in the movie. What was her name again? Sonia. Yep, Sonia. Sonia, who is a Gotham City police detective who was saved once by Batman, so now they kind of have like a mutual respect thing for one another. But throughout the whole entire movie, you can't help but feel like she's hiding something. And then we get to the actual twist of who the Batwoman actually is. And it is one of the most clever twists I think I've seen in any of these Batman movies. And while I don't think this movie is better than Phantasm, its mystery is miles better. Like, I couldn't even predict how this one was going to go. So you guys want to know who it is? I'm going to tell you. It's all three women. Yeah, it's literally all three of them. All three of the women take turns as the Batwoman to reach a certain goal. And Sonia is the one that constructed the whole scheme. Like, that makes it really clever. Not to mention, it makes it even more clever that they got Kyra Sedgwick to voice the Batwoman herself instead of one of the three actual actresses that actually portray one of the Batwomans. Yeah, it should be called Mystery of the Batwomen, but I mean, that would make it too obvious. But it is a really clever, really well done twist, and I really, really liked it. I also really liked Carlton's character and his development throughout the movie. He starts as this tough-as-nails lackey for Penguin, but then later on slowly starts to, become his own character. And the way he treats his daughter is the way it has to be because of his connections with Penguin and wanting to keep her safe while also still working for him. Like, it's really clever, really in-depth character that works so well. It is so good. And I mean, of course, Batman is Batman. Do I need to say more here? But I do like his little back and forth with Sonia, especially when he finds out that she is one of the Batwomen, and that scene on the rooftop where he confronts her, that is one of the best scenes in the movie. There's also some pretty funny dialogue exchanges, some cool character designs, and all three of the women have a really good motivation for why they actually are doing what they're doing. So, I'm not going to say the actual motivation. I want you to watch that for yourself, but yeah, it is a great twist to have all three of them constantly take turns playing Batwoman, and by Batwoman being voiced by a completely different actress, it's completely unpredictable and you never see it coming. Like, very well done. And then the story itself, even outside of that whole mystery, is still really good here. Albeit a little simple, but it's really good here. it's one of those stories that's better seen rather than explained to you. It's not like Mask of the Phantasm, where it needs to actually be explained to understand the significance. Here, I feel like this is one of those that is better seen rather than told. But yeah, all three of them being Batwoman is great. The writing is great, and the story is just fantastic. So, I've talked about the pros, the cons, the writing, the story, and the voice acting. I guess now I should just end it off by, quoting a few of my favorite moments. Yeah, let's go there. We gotta find a good one. Okay, this is probably one of my favorite quotes from the movie. This one right here. This is the scene on the rooftop where Batman confronts Sonya. And no, I'm not gonna do a cringy girl voice, so sorry. You've been a busy bat. Each of you brought something to the party. Kathy had the money, Rocky had the genius, and you had the scheme and the will to make it happen. When the fire destroyed my folks' business, they never recovered. They worked their whole lives to have it, and then it was ashes, just like that. It tore our family apart. Everyone knew it was Rupert Thorne, but there was no way to prove it. Now he's going to know how it feels to see his life go up in smoke. 3 Batwomen. It was just a matter of disguising your voices and taking turns. And you know what? It almost worked. Yeah, for most of this movie, they actually have Batman stumped. But it's not until like the very, very end where he finally figures it all out. I mean, he is world's greatest detective. If you can actually stump him with your actual identity, you're doing something right. And you definitely have some very clever thinking. Any more? Hmm. Oh, and this one right here, where Batman and Batwoman meet the second time, and they meet on this rooftop after exploding and after they escape an exploding building. Batman immediately tries to get answers because he's Batman. Who are you? Why are you doing this? You're the great detective. Figure it out. Like, it's really clever when you actually watch it. I know it doesn't really sound all that great, but trust me, it is great. And the voice performances only make it even better. So, I've discussed pretty much all the things I can really discuss about this movie. Let's go ahead and go straight into the final verdict. I love this movie. Like, I was not even expecting to love this one. I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go in, temper my expectations. It's probably gonna be another decent one and done movie like Sub-Zero. But instead, I came out absolutely loving this movie and arguably probably putting it among my top 10 favorite Batman movies of all time. Like, it is very well done. It is criminally overlooked and underrated, and it seriously needs a lot more attention. If you're a fan of Batman, if you're a fan of Batman the Animated Series slash the new Batman Adventures, whatever, you need to see this movie. Especially if you're one of those people like me who was severely disappointed by Sub-Zero coming off of Mask of the Phantasm. This is a great movie. It is a great movie with a great mystery and a ton of great action, solid animation, great voice acting, and a great twist that you will never see coming. Well, I mean, unless you just watched my whole review. In other words, you spoiled yourself. I warned you. So, yep. Final verdict for Batman Mystery of the Batwoman is going to be yet another high 9 out of 10. Like, Another fantastic Batman movie. The third great Batman movie we've had to review today, and yeah, today's been a great day, plain and simple. I've got to review not one, not two, but three great Batman films. Yeah, today's a really good day. Well, that's going to do it for this review. I really hope and pray that this actually gets you guys to check this movie out, because I really want you guys to see this one. It is so well done, it is so masterfully crafted, and it absolutely deserves your time. It does not deserve to be overlooked. It does not deserve to be just buried in the sands of time. It is a Batman movie that deserves more respect and way more fans. Seriously, check this one out if you haven't already. It is an criminally underlooked gem that's absolutely worth the search. Well, that's it, and that's all the reviews you're getting today, because my throat is sore and I literally have no other movies to review today. So, thank you all so much for watching this review. Please, seriously, go check this movie out. I cannot say it enough. Go check this movie out. You're gonna have a great time. And I will see you guys tomorrow when we finish off the crossover reviews with The Dark Knight Rises. And then follow that up with Justice League Doom.